Dealing with witchcraft in your relationship or marriage can be very challenging. That's why it requires for you to have discernment, it needs you to have courage and also wisdom to deal with your spouse in this challenging time. Welcome to Relationship Talk. My name is Coach Stacy, and today we want to talk about how does witchcraft affect your relationship. Stay tuned. Welcome back. What is witchcraft? Witchcraft is referred to the practice of magic, sorcery, divination, and it is just invoking evil spirits or demon. And if you look into the book of Exodus, Exodus 22, verse 18, it says, "Do not allow a sorceress to live." Leviticus 19, verse 31 says, "Do not turn to mediums or seek out spiritists, for you will be defiled by them, because I am the Lord your God." So, right from the beginning, God do not want us to involve with divination. He doesn't want us to involve in witchcraft. But persons will go ahead to do what they want to do, and then there are consequences to these actions. These are some of the consequences if you are practicing witchcraft. Number one, separation from God. Witchcraft can cause you to be separated from God because it causes spiritual blindness and also spiritual darkness. Number two, demonic oppression. Witchcraft can open the door to demonic oppression, causing physical, emotional, and spiritual harm. Number three, condemnation. Witchcraft is condemned in the Bible, and those who practice it will face judgment and condemnation. Number four, destruction. Witchcraft can ultimately lead to destruction, both in this life and in the life to come. So, if you're one of those persons who are practicing, or you know that this is what is affecting your relationship, it's time to just steadfast and it's time to be ready to fight those battles. In Leviticus 20, verse 6, it says, "I will set my face against anyone who turns to medium and spiritists to prostitute themselves by following them, and I will cut them off from their people." In Deuteronomy 18, verse 10 to 12, it says, "Let no one be found among you who practice divination or sorcery, interprets, engage in witchcraft, or cast spells, or who is a medium, or spiritist, or who consults the dead." So clearly, God do not have nothing to do with witchcraft, and He clearly doesn't want His children to practice it. Now, how does witchcraft really affects relationship? Let's look at the characteristic of witchcraft. Number one, seeking power and control. Witchcraft often involves seeking power and control over others, circumstances, or one's self. Number two, rebellion against God. Witchcraft can be a form of rebellion against God, rejecting His authority and seeking to observe His power. Witchcraft have significantly impact a lot of relationship, causing harm and destruction. So I'm just going to give you like two ways they can do that. Only two. Number one, they curse and X's. So they can curse a person, they can put X's on a person that everything in their life gone bad. They can even manipulate each person's against each other. So yes, witchcraft can involve causing curses or X's on a marriage, leading to spiritual bondage and oppression. Number two, spiritual manipulation. Yes, there are a lot of persons who have been manipulated out of their marriage, manipulated into their marriage, manipulated against their marriage, you know. So therefore, witchcraft can be used to manipulate one or both parties, influencing their thoughts, emotion, and actions. So yes, a lot of the marriages in this time has been affected by witchcraft, because when you look at foundations, there are many of our foundations that do not support marriages. They want you to have just a single home, without the father there, or most likely without the mother there. And if you try to come together, yes, could be a party to be unalive, because that's how they do it. There's somebody that, because of your marriage, because of your light that you're shining, they are not able to sleep, and they are ensuring that they put curses, they ensuring that they put X's, they are ensuring that they can manipulate your spouse or even you against your spouse. So you have to just be steadfast in the promises of God. Witchcraft also have emotional and psychological impact on person's life. So like fear and anxiety, witchcraft can create an atmosphere of fear and anxiety, causing tension and stress in the marriage, and not just in marriages, in even exams. So I had an experience the other day. The moment I had an exam, and the moment I went into that office to do the exam, I was so fine. But the moment I went in there, I started to have fear. I started to have anxiety. It's like I was kind of out of it for a little bit. And I remember when I was praying, like each time I would just say, God, I need your help. I need the spirit of excellence. I was just praying. I was just speaking over. I said, God, you did not give me a spirit of fear. Because you see, the thing is that witchcraft can be also on another person. So it's not necessarily about you. I went to the exam, but the person have witchcraft in their heart. So they can easily project it on you, especially if you have somebody who's fighting against you. So yes, witchcraft can let you have fear, anxiety, causing tension and stress in your marriage. Another thing that happens when it comes down to emotional and psychological impact is distrust and suspicion. Yes, trust me, witchcraft can lead you to distrust and suspicion, between you and your partner. So you suspect your partner in everything. Sometimes you can go to your bed and dream, see your partner maybe cheating on you, see your partner just driving away from you, but it is a manipulation. And as I said, there are a lot of persons that went into relationship, they went into marriage, they did not deal with the foundational issues, they did not deal with the ancestral issues that their family have to be dealing with for all these years. These generational patterns, they have not dealt with it. So therefore, when they have been put to the test, they will not go through the test. Instead, they will run and say, this marriage is not for me. This person was not like that. But let me tell you something. If this person wasn't like that, and suddenly the man or the woman that was so caring for you, that treat you so well, that would go above and beyond for you. This is not a case that this person was an idol in your life. This person was sent by God, and you guys were living your best life. Then suddenly something changed. What could have caused your partner to change? 99% of the time, it's the foundational issue. There's somebody in your bloodline who is saying that you cannot enjoy your marriage, especially if the marriage is led to your blessing. Like this is the most successful part of your life. Yes, definitely, they will not sleep. So you need to get up. If you are sleeping, you need to get up and start to pray, and start to pray specific prayers towards your marriage. Because I will tell you, it is altar against altar. A person who have rose an altar against you, against your marriage, against your children, you need now to raise an altar to represent you. Number three is emotional control. Witchcraft can be used to control or to manipulate one's partner emotions, leading them to emotional turmoil or instability. And I've seen this work a lot of times. Like I've seen couples, and it has happened to me too, whereas my spouse has been projected on, and then you just see that turmoil. They get so angry with you, not knowing that it was a projection, because it's either something was taken from them or they were given something to eat. And it doesn't have to be, no, it could be a long time ago, even as a child growing up, you know. So sometimes our spouse, they act out of the norm because they were projected on, you know. So I want persons to know that whether or not somebody is ensuring that you do not be successful in your love life, it is time for you to get up. It's time for you to pray. It's time for you to intercede for your marriage. Because if your marriage is so important to someone that they will stop at nothing but to ensure that you do not have this success. It means that it should be very important to you for you to get up in the night and to pray. Join me for part two next week. I will be talking about how relationships are really affected by witchcraft, and part two is gonna come next week. So stay blessed. See you same place, same time. God bless you all.